Looks like we're up and running. Can we click on these things now? No, that's just the roadmap, of course. All right. So welcome to another Simulation Thursday, per usual. And no, I wasn't creative, and I did not come up with any kind of April Fool's fool for today. I didn't buy any fun games to try out just for one day. Nor does it look like there's anything funny in the bus so far in this beta branch that I downloaded. So sorry to disappoint if you were hoping for that, but I'm not very good with that kind of stuff. So, but as the title suggests, there was a beta update today, the first beta update of the first phase of early access. And I guess I wasn't expecting that we would have to opt into the beta branch on Steam, but those of you who are looking for this new build, um, you do need to go into Steam and opt into beta, it looks like, because I logged in today onto Steam and there was no update at all, even though it was announced earlier today and I read the changelog already and I was all excited and whatnot. But I'm looking at the announcement right now on my phone, and it is indeed 0.5.40451 early access with the beta, of course, on it too. So you do have to opt into it. Uh, there are instructions in the post too, actually, on Steam. Look at that. I skipped right past that. I went right to the changelog. So, so anyway, we'll go ahead and we'll go through it real quick. I mean, some of the highlights, I guess I could probably run through real quick. Those of you who are using Track IR, apparently the mouse cursor can now be used. You don't have to like swap between cameras to try and use like the ticket printer in the change machine. If you right click to get the cursor active, you don't have to change views, to do it instead. They fixed the blurry texture of the small truck. We were noticing that last week. Um, Passengers can now pay with more variety of hard money when buying tickets. I guess they mean coins. I don't know if they mean like harder denominations or what. So it sounds like it's going to be a little bit different now because everyone has been coming up to me with €4, and it's like for a $3 or €3, €3 ticket. So then you get the same change every time. So they changed that. So hopefully we'll have more um, variation in the change that we have to give. Graphical bug fixes, of course, it's very generic. Apparently, they added compatibility with Windows 7 and improved DirectX, I guess, with Windows 7. Um, there were some crashes they fixed with the editors, which I haven't really monkeyed with. I'm looking through it real quick here. You can see it on Steam, by the way. Field of view can be increased to 120. That's crazy. I don't know, what was it limited to before, like 90 or something? Um, Yeah, I mean that's the gist of it. It looks like I went into the editor here. It looks like they fixed the issue that I had noticed when I started playing it beyond last week after the first day. Um, it seems they might have fixed the timing issue from leaving Alexander Platz, where the first 2 or 3 stops were like 10-minute wait times. It looks like that's been fixed. Um, maybe. That's weird. There's no time on this one. But yeah, looks like they got it working. We'll figure it out tonight. Because tonight we're actually gonna leave from the airport and try to do a whole return trip as well. We should have plenty of time for that. We should have. Um, Now that I know the route, I should also not get lost. And they also, that was another thing too. I forgot to mention a big one. They fixed, well, they said some of of the GPS issues that we saw last time. So hopefully the return trip, which I know about now, even if it's still buggy, I know where to turn around now, so we won't get screwed on that. But yeah, so let's jump right into it. I have not tested it, and in fact, I just realized that I do not have track IR enabled, which means that wouldn't have worked anyway, which also means I might have to reboot the game to get it to work. So hopefully that's not the case. I wonder if I can get it to work into here. Probably not. Let's see. Is there like a scan button? This is the nice thing about Euro Truck, is that like in Euro Truck and American Truck, we have the ability to yeah, we're gonna restart it. Hang on. In Euro Truck and American Truck, we have the ability to detect track error while the game's running. Apparently, that's just not a thing here, but it's no matter. We'll get it running again. First, I have the camera up tonight, the wheel cam. I'm trying a different angle this time to try to get a better angle of the wheel, not so much the computer screen, but you can still see it up there. I got to get more creative with it. Maybe I can find a better angle that shows just the controls, you know. I almost need like a coat hanger or something that can go like behind my chair. That could house the camera. That might give a good view. But here's our disclaimer. It hasn't changed from last time, of course, and now I should have track error. I got the light on it, so I think I'm good to go. All right, we're gonna go with a bendy bus tonight. We're gonna march ahead to April. And we're gonna try to set it to near the time that I'm actually running right now. So we're gonna do an evening run here. We'll see what it kind of looks like. And we're gonna leave from the airport. Yeah, I think. Is that not the one I have selected? One I have selected. Is there not one to go to the? Is there? Oh, is there only one line running at this time? There might be only one line. So we might have to go to the airport first. Let's see if they fix that bug. We can go that way and then turn around at the airport. That works too. I think that is technically the starting point. Oh wait, no, I'm clicking the wrong thing. I'm sorry. It's the... I already forgot from last time. I already said I was going to be better tonight than last time. Okay. We're starting with, we're going to do Route 1, Direction 1 from the airport. We'll jump a few minutes ahead there for depart time. And that should be it for that. Weather. Actually, we're going to set it to, we're just going to keep it sunny for now. The rain's kind of neat, but I want some bright skies. We'll see how the late evening looks in the lighting. I have not done evening yet. I've done morning, I've done nighttime, early morning, when it's still dark. And midday, afternoon. I don't think I've tried late evening. I imagine it's going to be the same or similar to the early morning that we witnessed last week. So, there you go. Oh, it's very laggy. Well, we're seeing it here first, folks. They changed the... I wonder if they changed the lighting. Okay. Maybe just have to load more of the map first. It seems like they changed the lighting, because it doesn't seem as washed out now. So I guess that's good, right? Alright, let's get this bus fired up. We got a few minutes before the start of the route. Let's see how things have changed. It's very jumpy. It's very... Wow. Very high CPU usage. That's not a great sign. Okay, now track error is working, right? The frame freezes when I right click, so I don't have to monkey with displays. That's awesome. That's good. That's good to see. Alright, anyway, we got, you can see how I have my buttons mapped out now, so I got the ignition on this guy. Go. Let's get the aircon set up so now I can right click and it'll freeze the camera. Oh, that's so much better. So much better. Alright, that's all good. Let's go ahead and put some interior lighting on. Alright. Then get this going. 54804 for our tour number. That seems to be completely random. I don't think it actually corresponds to, like, what's actually going on with the schedule. Alright. Yeah, it seems like they changed the lighting unless it's still from whenever I was messing around with it, because I was also playing with it a lot this past weekend. There are parameters you can change in the engine config. There's like an ini file you could dig deep into. Found it because of Steam discussions. So there's a lot going on there. But someone recommended to change a value for, like, I think it was like HDR related or something like that, and turning that off was a little too much in lack of lighting. Like, everything looked really dull, but some people liked it a lot better. And also apparently it messed with mirrors, so I just reverted it. So out of curiosity, let's go check out the graphics here to see if anything has changed. Now that's weird. Why can't I change resolution? I guess because we're on full screen borderless, maybe. Alright, field of view is 80. I haven't changed that. Let's see, gamma. Or if that would, yeah, see, oh, they've added some graphical stuff here too, right? Contrast and bloom. Lens flare, maybe? I wonder if that's, hold up. Can we change this in real time? Oh, yeah, you know what? I think that's it right there. Let me pop the door open real quick. Let's go take a look at the lighting here. So they now gave us the option to mess with the lens flare, it looks like. Oh yeah. That, I think this is where it was by default. Before we had these options. I don't think this was in the changelog, was it? Was it not? I don't remember. Oh, do I not have like a... There's no default slider now anymore. Oh, I already busted it. Well, they're all at, this one was like at 0.25, right? I think I I can look back. Oh, come on. 0.25. No. Whatever. Put it around there. Oh, there you go. Accept. Did that change anything? Actually, I don't know if that did anything. Placebo, everybody. Gamma. They had it up to 2.2. What if you... Wow, that gets real dark. Oh, that's insane. All right, we probably don't want to do that. Let's put it back to 2 around that. Contrast. Look at that. Interesting. I'm gonna put a little contrast into it. Bloom. Ah, yeah, that does something. Whoa. That might be a little bit too much, right? Yeah, I think these are new sliders. I'm pretty sure from last time these were not option. So anyway, we're gonna turn that down a smidge. There is a revert. Oh, reset to default. There you go. Just like that. And it's just on the look too, which is nice. I'm surprised, is this not in the changelog? This might not be in there, huh? Come on, fingerprint. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, graphical bug. Maybe that's included in the graphical bug fixes. You fix it yourself. All right. Anyway, I think our performance has stabilized a bit now that stuff is loaded in. I wonder if they changed the way that works now. You know, something I would really like to see at some point is passengers continuously hopping on like they do in OMSI. Like if you're sitting here, you're a few minutes early, you know, you got your initial pack of people getting on, and then they start trickling, right? Like these people walk in here, like they would probably be coming onto the bus in real life. Typically, well, you know, maybe they're walking. Some of them might be getting onto the bus, though, right? Up until the point of your departure. Which, by the way, we got about a minute now, 30 seconds left. Alright. So, I already know no one else is going to show up. But that would be something nice to see. Let's see how we do now, though. I've done a few runs. I think I even did some more Thursday night after I was done streaming. And, of course, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I didn't spend too much time with it earlier this week. I took a bit of a break because, you know, it's only two trips, one line back and forth. But I really wanted to visit it. I was waiting for an update, and we just got that today. So, all right, let's put it in gear. Release the parking brake. I got that tied to my gear shift right now since this is an automatic, so it's kind of like a handbrake. I do that in OMSI too. So. It does look like there's some graphical shimmering going on. I think that's different. It's not great. Yeah, there's definitely some more performance problems going on now. Really bad hitching. This was not prevalent in the first update. There's some traffic going on here, though. Wow, there's some real bad hitching going on. A lot of traffic, though. Actually, there is a ton of traffic here. This is the most I've actually seen. So I haven't really done evening rush hour yet, which is kind of what we're heading into. So we'll see how this ends up. It's going to be a little glitchy. There's a heckin' amount of traffic, though. Wow, this is almost unbearable. Could be worse. It could be much worse. Oh, look at that. I wonder, hang on, I wonder if I change this to like, do a full screen. See if that does anything with the, for some miraculous reason. That doesn't look like it's any different. Alright. So something else I changed as I learned about it more. I changed the curve of the steering axis and the brake and accelerator axis to be a little more progressive, so that it's not as touchy anymore. So the brake is, you know, I kind of have to really stab it now for anything to happen. And kind of likewise with the steering, it's not so sensitive. We're gonna get over here because we need to turn. Yeah, see, now this looks kind of like a little washed out. I wonder if we can play with the graphics here a little bit. Let's try and turn this down a little bit. That would be the contrast, right? What happens if I just jack it up? Wow, it looks like I just put reshade on to the max. Let's try and tone something else down here a little bit. Also, it doesn't seem like that's not making any difference with the full screen, so I'll turn that back. I want to change, like, if I auto detect again. Someone's going to do everything epic. Bloom. jack everything up a little bit. Motion blur, eh. It might look a little bit better. Ooh, that's very bright. So now we're messing with things because this is new. We'll turn the bloom back to what it was down there. We might revert it if we get too annoyed with it. There's some weird stuff going on there though. Like the shadows. Huh. Alright. Well, we're gonna keep rolling with it. We're gonna have to wait. There's a heck of a lot of traffic here. There's a lot of... yeah, it seems like there's a performance issue with this build though. I had no time to look it up before we jumped into it. So we're flying blind here. And now I can't see anything. Oh. Okay. Guys are gonna probably go, yep. Some serious rush hour here. There's a lot more hitching than there was going on before, and I don't know if it's the traffic or what. Whoa, accident. Looks like some road rage going on too, look at this. Alright. We're gonna go around. Whoa! Alright. Come on, traffic. I need back over. Oh, this is rough. I'm actually gonna turn the traffic off to see if that makes any difference, because I am curious. And we're also gonna revert this back to what it was. Let's see what happens. Traffic density 0. I wonder if that would just like eventually all the AI would just go away. I'm learning the behavior of the AI. Yeah, lack of traffic doesn't seem to be making a difference. It's still very, very laggy. There's some traffic up there. It hasn't despawned yet. But still. I mean, this is to be expected. You know, it's early access. You're in a beta branch build. I don't know how you can get worse, but it's possible. Alright, let's see if everyone despawns, if that changes anything. Assuming they can all despawn completely. So far it's not looking like that's possible. Big trucks galore. Yeah, I'm coming in, buddy. I'm noticing significantly higher CPU usage, I think, too, so it's, it might be contributing to our performance problem. That's bad, isn't it? It's so strange, because, like, yeah, the earlier builds were fine. We're gonna hang back here, because, you know, I'm supposed to do that. I think that's still a thing in Europe, too. Keep intersections clear. At least, make a decent effort, too. What did you do that for? Oh, bus lane, I guess. Yeah, so I guess a traffic density of 0 doesn't mean there's going to be 0 traffic. It just means the factor is going to be minimum. So, like, we still got to have traffic at some point, right? Unless these are, like, 2 straggling AI that just haven't despawned yet. I see one up there yet. You know, it is something they also gave us an option for. I was going to check real quick. There's a way to turn off the preview camera that pops up whenever you click like the door open and everything. Maybe it's not in here yet. In-game messages. Action camera, there you go. Turn that off. Kind of found that annoying in Fern Bus. But yeah, so well, let's go a little bit further and see if the traffic dying down helps at all. Alright. And now, maybe it does mean there's going to be no traffic. Maybe they finally all despawned. Yeah, it still seems a little laggy. I'm gonna actually hang on. I'm gonna pop my camera off real quick to see if that's anything to do with things, because I did not use the camera last time. That's something different this time. That might be messing with things. Maybe. No, apparently not. Let me unplug the camera just to be sure. You know, maybe? It still seems to be hitching though. Nah, I think they definitely changed something. Something wrecked the performance since last time. That's annoying. I turn this down a little. Is there anything about the mirror? Yeah, maybe I turn the mirrors down a little bit. We'll try that, but I'm gonna, you know what, I'm gonna turn the AI back on because I don't think they were really doing any harm. Minimal harm, if any. Yeah, like check that out. The mirrors are definitely being heavy. Maybe like also like the draw distance. Let's do view distance I. Just turn everything back down to high and see if that helps at all. Ooh, material quality medium. Now we can't settle for that. Maybe we can, because now I can't change anything. Yeah? No? That was weird. Shadow quality, high. Material quality, we'll keep it like that. Texture like that. Effect. Or we'll bring the effect down to high. Okay. See if that changes anything. So far, it does not seem to. Got some traffic we got to worry about now. Anything would seem to make performance worse. Turning the graphics down. There we go. No action cam at least. So I'm gonna turn stuff back up again. Lots of stuff behind the scenes here today. Let me also make sure my PC isn't doing anything dumb. Wow, that's some high CPU usage. Holy moly. Yeah, I mean, it's mostly coming from the bus, so. Alright, fair enough. Alright, let's keep going. So if I go into controls, I can reset this again. Maybe. Or not. Well, camera doesn't seem to be the culprit, so maybe we'll bring that back up again. It's a frozen image. That's no good. All kinds of problems tonight. That's the April Fools, I guess, right? That's the joke. Webcam. Webcam. Oh, didn't come back on? No, that's weird. Oh, there we go. Hey. How's it going? Green light. Alright, well... Yeah. Seems like the beta build, if you are sensitive to lower frame rates or would have problems with lower frame rates, like I kind of am right now, then yeah, wouldn't recommend updating to the beta branch. Would not recommend it at this point. But we're checking it out. The game got better in some ways, but then of course I would sacrifice something else I didn't think it was going to. Well, we're going to keep running with it though. But I do know this route a lot better than I knew it last week. So there's a plus there. But yeah, I think next week we'll check out another title. If this gets any worse, I might actually switch titles too, because there's other stuff I can do for sure. Yeah, this is real bad. Checking to see if there's anything in the discussions about this. Yeah. Still wish they would fix the shadow issue. They're gonna eventually work. I know they're gonna work it out. So we're gonna hop that curb, aren't we? Oh, maybe we didn't. Steering's a lot better than last time, though. That's for sure. Now that I tweaked it, it's not too sensitive, and it moves in real time now too. I turned off like that speed-dependent steering setting. Oh, the middle door not open. How are we doing on time? We are 3 minutes behind already. Oh, wait a minute. Is that camera frozen? Look, that camera's actually frozen. Oh, it is. Look at that. Is that like from the airport? It's like stuck like that? Oh, there, now it's updating. I think the key is U. Yeah, it updates this stuff. Interesting. Maybe if I change it to this view, it'll behave differently. There is a lot of traffic going on right now, though. We're definitely in rush hour here. I may or may not be texting. I'm just looking at feedback. Excuse me, Mr. Bus. Thank you. That was close. Didn't hit me, though. Wish there was an option to, like, just turn that off. Can I do that? I wonder if that would, like, solve anything. Yeah, see, my performance tanks. If I'm looking at 4 cameras at once, they're gonna have to optimize that before the final release. Holy moly. We'll keep it on that view for now. Alright, what else are they saying about this? Not seeing anything about performance. Oh wait, there you go. Fix frame rate, please. That's in the discussions. Page 2, there you go. I'm gonna have to check this. Maybe we can roll back. You know what? Maybe we can roll. Oh wait, you know what? I read something about the save file might not work. Oh wait, that's save files, so I don't have save files. Never mind. I might be able to check out the main branch. We might roll this one back and see if it changes at all. Because I could forego the betterness of the game and we could just be like, I got better as the driver. This is really trash. I don't know if it's the branch or something else is going on with my PC. But my word, something is tanking right now with the frame rate. I'm like barely getting what I'm expecting to get. They did fix the textures on the trucks though. Look at that. They're not blurred out. Nice and moldy trucks. Or is that supposed to be like road salt? I don't know. The main issue I was looking forward to in this fix that I saw in the patch notes, though, was the track IR fix. But I mean, I can still cycle between the cameras, no problem. Like that's fine. You know what? Something else I just remembered though. No, I don't have track IR. Nope, track IR is not there, so it's not open. I was trying to think of things that could interfere. I think it's honestly just the game. This build. Well, people can turn here too, right? Oops. Taking up both the lanes might be. Yeah, our performance was definitely better. In the last build. Excuse me, thank you. Big yellow bus coming through. Wish they would fix like the AI too. Like they break way too quickly. AI isn't something easy to program. I know that for sure. Here's some weird. See, they fixed some graphical glitches and then made some weird stuff happening with others. Alright, anyway. What is going on here? Hello. Hello, car. You're kind of in the intersection there. Right. Surrounded by box trucks. Oh my goodness. Let's keep reading and see if like someone else has an answer. No one needs a ticket. Alright, I'm gonna flip that camera back because it doesn't seem to be changing behavior in the performance. How are we doing on our route, by the way? So there's a button you can click in here. It's easier. You can see your progress on. We're about halfway. Invalid Park is about halfway. Which, in fact, we could just jump back into, actually. Honestly, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm genuinely curious to see if it's this beta branch that completely tanked the performance. So let me go hop out real quick. Let's see. I'm gonna throw on the we'll be right back. As I work through this real quick. We're going to change the beta. Let's see. Back to none. Have it roll back. Wow, that was almost a gigabyte of updates too. It should only take me about 30 seconds here to get that re-downloaded. Actually, way less than that. All right, it's ready. Back into the game. Let's see if this is any different. I should have done the transition. Holy moly, am I rough around the edges tonight? Okay. So now we're back to the first build, 2.6.2 early access, no beta. I am curious now, without touching anything else, if we just go back into it, right? So we were starting here, Hopton Bonhoff is where we're going to start to pick up on the same route we were just on, right? And then I'll just shove this over to 1810, which is the current time. I think that'll work. Yeah. Let's see what happens now. Get things going again. See if the performance returns. Because if that's the case, then we're just going to have to wait until the next build to fix this stuff, I guess. Well, that's kind of disappointing. But I have gotten better. I've spent a few more hours driving this route. Yeah, look at that. What, something else must be going on with my PC tonight, because the main branch is still really crappy. Wow. Maybe it's my new video card driver? That's disappointing, because I swear it ran a lot better when we played last. A lot better. That's a bummer. I don't know what's going on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for this horrible showing. That's weird. It's like, I don't know what's going on here. At like 30% CPU usage. I don't know what it was last time. It just seems like it's kind of really rough. Oh, maybe it's better now? No, it's just hitching so badly. Okay, so it's not the beta branch specifically that's causing this, I suppose. Maybe it is all the traffic. Time of day, right? Like, what if I change the time of day? Just a time lapse. Let's try changing it out of curiosity. Like, if I went, like, back a week, like what I was dealing with before, like, change it to, like, the afternoon or something, like this, and see what happens. Could be that this was the problem. I really wish they would allow you to enter the time in manually, because, like, clicking every time like that rapidly is kind of painful. Huh, it's weird. I don't remember it being this hitchy last time. It was running much better. All right, give me another moment. I apologize. We're gonna go back to the beta branch. I'm also gonna make sure that that I got the right config configuration as well. Like I'm gonna verify the cache as well. So I feel like that might be messing with something too. Is it gonna download? Have I met my quota for the day? Oh, maybe because it thinks I'm still playing it. That could be. There we go. Yeah, I forgot I had to close Logitech Profiler. All right. Where did I install this? All right, so we got the download going again. It's just about finished up. We're gonna go back into the beta branch. I don't think that was our problem. I think we're just gonna have to deal with it for tonight. Unfortunately. All right, we're validating files now to see if there's something going on with like the config file. I might have messed it up. It was working fine though. I was playing it. This might take way longer than I thought it was gonna take. No, there it goes. Fun stuff. Good times. Good times were had by all. Up to 80%. All right. Here we go again. Oh no, this is weird. It did like a little install thing when I launched it again. All right. We're just gonna deal with it, ladies and gents, as we get back in here. If it's worse. So now we should be back on the beta. Yes, we are. And go back to Hopton Bahnhof and see. I really wish you could like skip ahead. Like if I held Shift. Oh, Shift has us go backwards, but I can double click, tab, and click to go even faster. But we're looking for we're around this time now. I just like to kind of keep it with the current world time. So let's give this another shot. We're definitely not doing rain because that would make it worse. So so it might not be the game after all. It might be something going on with my only other guess is that it could be like the NVIDIA drivers are acting up right now, or just my PC's just acting up, which is a shame if it is. Wow, that's rough. That is rough. All right, this going again. Maybe. Can I? Can I has control? There you go. So it doesn't seem like it was build related. Like I said, we're going to keep going through it though. We're going forward now. We're going to make some content. Alright, we got the aircon on. Passenger lighting's on now. Yeah, we have the action can up. I'm going to leave it up for now. It's not terrible. 85566. Enter. Alright, everyone's going to come on. I'm actually going to switch between these cameras because I found that pretty useful. Okay, so here's the deal. Single ticket ABC. They give us exact change for once. Yeah, look at that. No change needed. Alright, so there's going to be some variations now. We have not seen this yet. AB single ticket. Got some new content here. Can we get exact change for that as well? Yeah, look at that. You're going to give me 3 as well. Okay, I'm fine not having to give out change. I mean, I thought it was going to be like something crazy, like you would give me like 10 pounds and I'd have to come up with the change. Let me tell you, in OMSI, I've had some real annoying customers with that. Alright, let's see if we can squeeze in the traffic here. We're going to be a little bit early, but that's okay because we're going to fall behind anyway. So, I'm not worried about being early at this moment because it's going to get crazy with the traffic, it looks like. Look at this parade of cars here. Yeah, I apologize for the performance. I had no prep time before this stream tonight, and I was thinking it was the game. I'm starting to think it's not now. I'm suspecting next thing for me to try later is going to be rolling back my graphics drivers, because I like to keep those up to date. Usually they're pretty good, and I usually don't have issues. And I just have, you know, GeForce experience telling me when it's time to update my drivers. And I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? And usually it's fine. And, I mean, maybe they are fine. Maybe that's not my problem right now. I do know that the latest drivers added support for resizable bar, or whatever, and you know, NVIDIA's equivalent of that is. I don't think my hardware even supports that. I would need to get a BIOS update on my GPU and my motherboard. I know the GPU has one, but I just have no reason to update to it because my motherboard does not. And I think it gives you like maybe a 3% performance gain, which, you know, I guess can be somewhat significant if you're doing like esports or something that gives you those high frames and you would really benefit from it, you know, that kind of improvement. But in my case, you know, I mean, I don't think I would notice. So anyway, all that being said, that was like the main reason the drivers were updated, and there might be some unanticipated bugs that came along with that. All right, here we go. We have a bill. So she paid. Okay, so now that doesn't make sense. She gave me an extra €1, so they're gonna have to work on that. Like, it didn't make sense to give me that extra €1, you know, for the change. So price 380 paid, so I gotta go 580. Return to. Oh, no, I can't. Why can't I? Oh, I couldn't release. I did math wrong. That's why. So the game protects you from doing wrong math. Good to know. All right, we're gonna creep forward here. Sit in this traffic. We got some rush hour, evening rush hour. It's around 6:30 in the evening here in Berlin on a Thursday. So I anticipate us hitting curbs and us hitting some traffic here. Alright. Yeah, I know a lot of people in the discussion forums are complaining about the physics and the sound, and you know, I agree completely. Like, those are very important. I really hope they are properly addressed. But I definitely, for one, was not expecting those things to change. I gotta do some math here. I can't talk and do math at the same time. Same situation with the change. All right. Oh hi. All kinds of distractions. But I hope that gets addressed. But like some people were saying like it hasn't been fixed yet. They should be working on that. And the sound I understand even more than the physics. Actually, the sound, they have not really been able to secure a recording session because of COVID. Like they were explaining that. I didn't read much about it myself, but like I can even just saying those words alone, it makes sense to me. Like I don't think as a bus company operator, depending on regulations in the EU, I don't know how it differs from the US, but I can see bus companies not wanting to set up, unnecessary gatherings, right? To do something like a recording session. So I'm sure they've had trouble procuring that kind of arrangement to do some sound recordings. So it is coming. It is on the roadmap. If you look on their Trello board, they will be completely redoing the sounds, and I do hope that they get better. Because right now this is just a straight rip from the from Fernbus, the Scania coach. It sounds just like it, because it is. So if you're wondering, that is where it's from. So this is a classic. They gave me €4. That's fine. Got my change. Some crazy traffic on here. I'm gonna sneak in here, buddy. Oh, excuse me. I got a bit of a situation here. Can I back up? Gonna help him out at all? They're gonna try to go. Yep, there they go. They're just gonna force their way in. Hey, that sometimes you just gotta get things done. Oh, now what are you doing? Did you not see the big bright yellow bus coming your way? Get out of here. Go. Man, this is giving me flashbacks to my commute in Baltimore. I never actually hit anyone. Or no one hit me either. He's just gonna sit there now, isn't he? Alright, well, we're gonna power our way through. Excuse me. We've got places to be. You don't mess with the Welp bus. I guess I can put a twist on this and say that this is my April Fool's joke. The game and both the game and myself got better since last week. April Fool's. But no, I did learn the route. I spent hours on this over the weekend, and I know the route pretty much now. I just don't know where exactly the stops are. They do give you the option in the game to turn the stops off once you learn them. But for now, I'm going to keep the markings on. See, now these lights, I can see how we're going to lose some time here now. That's weird. They like popped into the bus stop there. They're impersonating my job. No one seems to ever really use that middle door there. They only ever seem to use the back one to disembark. I wonder if that's like a normal thing, or if it's just like bug. The middle door seems to be more appropriate for like handicap and people with strollers, so I don't know, maybe that's just a thing in Berlin to not use the middle door unless like you need, to accommodate for a wheelchair. No, yeah, the performance definitely wasn't this bad last time, so I definitely have something going on now that's different from last time. It's weird. Really weird.
S- und U-Bahnhof Brandenburger Tor.
Something broke. Because as we noticed, I mean, I was getting lots of hitching in the pre-beta build as well. Well. See, we made a mistake last time of continuing straight from the left to the right when we were returning, so we're gonna try not to do that. Again. I do have to say that this hitching makes it hard to drive. It's really disappointing. Oops. It's weird. What's this guy doing? I have to go now. Got a green light now. Oh god. There we go. I got like double hitching going on with this controller.
Unter den Linden Friedrichstraße.
Really weird kink in the road here. Where I don't think it would be that sharp in real life. Maybe it is. Now, I haven't looked it up yet. I always thought about that when I was passing by, and I never actually looked it up. It just seems unnaturally sharp there. Like, it'd be really awkward to take on a bus. I'll have to check. I think I'm going to skip the middle door because no one uses it. Oh, someone wants a ticket. Single. See, now that I don't understand the extra euro, unless they wanted a coin. Maybe they just wanted a coin instead of a bill. No, I gave him a coin back. They gave me a 5. Yeah, they're gonna have to. I appreciate they added more varieties to the kind of cash that people would give, but like it has to make sense still. Like no one's gonna hand you €6 for a €3 ticket. It should just be 5. So, I'm sure they're aware. I imagine they are. 1 week at a time. Well, it's weird. Barrier was like partially disappearing back there. Like holy crap, look at this performance. It's just yikes. Yike. Evening lighting does look decent though, I gotta say. I can figure out what the heck is going on with my performance. You know, it looks really good. It looks like it's 6:30 in the evening. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'll have to look around on it some more after we're done tonight and see what's up. It definitely wasn't this bad last week when we were playing. I know that for sure. So I would have remembered this. Yikes. Wow, what is going on here with the traffic? Hello, gridlock. Again, reminiscent of my old commute. That's nice. Huh? It's a standoff. Curious to see how the AI handle this. I've seen them disappear sometimes if they're just like completely screwed. They'll just pop out of existence, which, you know, to keep the traffic flowing, that's better than nothing. I don't see them doing that right now, though. Huh. Lots of traffic. Holy moly. Well, I don't know what we're gonna do here, boys. We squeeze through here? Oh, that's gonna be close. Oh no, if you didn't move, I would have had an opportunity. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, well. You know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. Here we go. Excuse me. Actually, my bus is skinnier than I thought it was gonna be. So I'm pretty sure they don't have damage yet. And they don't have passengers who will get upset if you ram things yet, either. Yeah, bus looks pristine. No problem. No problem at all. Alright, tickets. Wow, what did you give me here? So the price is $8.80. I got $8.80, exact change. What do you know? 24-hour ticket AB. There you go. Alright. Well, that works. We can go ahead and turn our lights on. Sun's getting low. So here's our ending route here. See, no, they didn't fix that GPS issue because it's still having me turn left up here. When in reality, I would be making a U-turn. I at least know better, so there's that. So I won't get stuck again like I did that one time, but still, like, I don't know what they fixed if they didn't fix that, because that was like the main one I was having trouble with. But man, speaking of trouble, oof. Maybe this driver was an April Fool's joke. Alright, I do want to see here at least if the Alexanderplatz route has been fixed. Now see, arrival 1842 set already has some carry or layover time. It actually might not be different again now that I'm thinking about it, because this, I would expect this to be like 20 minutes from the current time. It's only 5. Well, let's see anyway. We looked at the editor. The editor seemed fine, so I don't know what else would be driving that value. Anyway. Right, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go now. See ya. Okay, bye. Alright, let's get lined up for our U-turn. Don't let me forget. U-turn. Alright, wow, that is a very quick yellow light. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, we got some time to sit and chill, I guess. Definitely feeling the rush hour traffic, that's for sure. So they're gonna go before we go. It's a long light. Oh, I guess it's not a terrible thing because we don't have to be in a hurry right now anyway. Here we go. Don't want to forget or miss our opportunity. It's a very short light. Woo! Whip it around. Alright, so this is saying departure 1842. I'm gonna just leave once we pick everyone up, though. I like how they like to go around the bus stop pole. Alright, so you gave me the 3 and the 4, right? Oh, exact change. Single A, B. There you go. I appreciate the exact change scenarios. It's funny you can't give change. You can't give incorrect change because it won't let you. You can click the tabs all you want, it's not going to do anything. Now it says, yeah, there you go, 1851. No, it still has, like, spread out stop times. And we got something really nuts going on here with the traffic. Oh boy. Waiting for that light to change, I guess. Yep. This guy gonna go too? He's kind of in the middle of the intersection. Yep, right in front of me. Hey. Thanks, guys. Not like I'm in a hurry, though. I got lots of time to wait at this stop. Maybe I'll do the advanced time thing. So it doesn't look like this has changed, which is weird. Because it only showed a couple minute difference between the stops on the timetable editor. But as you can see right now, you got a 10-minute spread. That's weird. It's really weird. Alright, well, let's advance the time. Like that. And just take off. I do wish that passengers would trickle, though. I do hope that they might do that. Maybe I'll try and suggest it. lots of people. Someone's gonna win a ticket. Or not. See, again, departure 1859. You gotta wait another 9 minutes. Yeah, that hasn't changed. I gotta look at that timetable again, because it looked okay to me. So, I don't... It looks like they changed it. I guess they didn't. Oops. That's odd. It's really weird. Alright, anyway. Ah, these lights. So now we're on the return trip to the airport. We'll see how the lighting gets as the sun gets lower. Got some street lamps coming on. Still a buttload of traffic. I wonder if that'll thin out as the evening progresses. Yeah, something has got to be going on with, like, a GPU driver or something. It would only be the first, maybe second time I've got burnt on updating the drivers right away, if that's the case, because, like, well, maybe the updates used to be better quality or something. Because, like, rarely have I ever had any issues that were attributed directly to the graphics driver update. And they usually update them once a month with, like, profile updates for games. Like, not usually... And sometimes bug fixes, right? So, like, usually it's pretty minor changes that are low risk of breaking other stuff. Maybe this bar stuff really just wasn't ready to come out, and even though I don't want to get over yet, even though I'm not using it, maybe it's breaking the drivers. Get over now. Hey, how's it going? We're having some trouble tonight. I don't know if it's my PC. It's not the game. I ruled out the game. I thought it was the game. But we went back to the old build. Wow, look at that sunlight. Woo. But we're having performance problems tonight. We got some low frame rates and lots of hitching. So at first I thought it was the beta that updated today for the game, but we went back to the original release and it was still choppy. And looking at, like, the CPU usage and all that stuff, nothing seems out of whack, so maybe it's my graphics drivers that I updated earlier this week. If it's not, I don't know. We'll check it out later, though. But we're getting some depressingly poor performance. Unless I'm just remembering this all wrong from last time we played. I'm pretty sure it was pretty silky smooth last time I streamed this, or relatively. But right now, I'm getting like half the performance I was getting. At least it feels like that. Other than that, it's been going good, though. I mean, I haven't taken a wrong turn. I know the route pretty well now because I've been practicing. And there are some interesting changes in the release. Like, now I can actually use the mouse with track IR, so I can, like, freeze the camera, look around the cockpit, click buttons without having to flash through the different camera views. So there's definitely some quality improvements. But I haven't. No, if you want proof, you gotta go back and look. I've been a really good bus driver tonight. Other than a couple of times I rammed through some gridlocks, but I blame the AI for that. I could have reset the bus now that I think of it. I could have deleted all the traffic, but you know, you gotta spice things up a little bit. You gotta spice things up before the updates come out where the passengers get angry that you're ramming into stuff. You gotta take advantage of that. Whoa! Speaking of which... Well... Hey, asshole. I blame him. This is his fault. He turned right into me. Look at this. Like, he's got the wheel cut that way. Everyone's out to get me tonight. We're just gonna roll on past. We got places to be. He's fine. I'll text him later. I'll text him my insurance information. Well, that was conveniently timed, wasn't it? Good grief. Oh man, maybe it's just an April Fool's joke my PC's playing on me. Alright, now someone's gonna have to let me in here. Germany does, at least in Berlin, probably other cities too, these bus lanes end up becoming right turn lanes and they merge with the bus lanes, so then you gotta share your space. Look at this guy, look at old Glockies. Alright, you can come in. Alright, yeah, you're waiting back there, boy. Don't even think about it. Did the light change again already? No, it's green. Oh, right, I also have to turn right, so, good thing I'm over here. Yeah, that's where we screwed up last time. We went straight there. Yes, I remember now. They also are apparently going to fix the font at some point of the bus signs. Apparently they're not correct if you look at pictures of these buses IRL. I think the font's a little bit bigger. OMSI nails that in the head. They got it down pat. And you can even use custom fonts or define your own font for the signs in that game. Like the level of detail you can customize. I think this game will get there too, eventually. But yeah, OMSI still is the ringleader for the realism, I think. But what it doesn't have to lead in certainly is graphics and performance. Like this is still, even with this like reduced performance here, kind of what's going on. This is still looking and feeling better than OMSI can. I mean, at least for like a busy city. Like if we tried to put out the level of detail of Berlin like this in OMSI. Actually, there is the X10 that we could drive in OMSI to compare. I think the performance would just tank if it had this level of detail. That engine is just too old, so this is just the way forward. This is the way, as you might say. Alright, got exact change. That's new. They actually give you exact change sometimes now. Options incorrect. How do you know, computer? 24-hour ticket. I hope they actually change that option so like the customer might complain like it does in OMSI. You can't be wrong as the cashier here actually. If you like you can't give too much change. You can't apparently give the wrong ticket either. It's unexpected actually. In OMSI, if you give the wrong ticket, it'll print, but then the passenger will complain. And that's really how they should do it. It's like the computer was listening and it just knew what type of ticket they wanted. An Amazon fan was in a hurry there. This is very rush hour-like. You better wait there, I tell you what. Don't make me come off this bus here and show you who's boss. I can actually get off the bus though. You know, I never thought about that. I could actually simulate some road rage. Alright. Oh. I heard money. Like Mr. Krabs. That seems to be what happens here, though, actually, is that everyone at a single stop will give you the same change or the same payment, and they want the same ticket. At least it seems like they're only randomized at each stop, at the stop level. It's weird. Hopefully that kind of gets adjusted. Alright. I think my eyes have adjusted to the lower frame rate by now, so it's not bothering me too much anymore. I gotta look into that.
Robert Koch Platz.
Some of these people are hogging the road. Come on. I'm a little bit wider than these cars, and the cars are like just out there in the middle. It is like how some people drive, though. I love watching people drive thinking their car is twice as wide as it really is. It takes a while to get used to. Maybe they just got a new car. I don't know. But I do notice that sometimes. Alright. I'm going to try to do this with the track IR. Wait a minute. Oh, I can toggle with that button too. Here, let's do it the track IR way like I said I was going to do. This is a lot harder. I'm going to go back to using the button next time. I already hate it. Alright, what am I doing? Single ticket ABC. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I didn't know I could do this. Toggle. I've been toggling with two buttons this whole time. You learn something new every day. Alright, how bad is our schedule looking? 1909, departures 1910. We're actually still ahead by a minute. Scheduled departures 1910. We're at 17. Or 1909. 7 p.m. Starting to get dark. Traffic has their headlights on. Got a nice golden light. Look at that ray. That looks a little OP. Yeah. Doesn't look bad. Still a little washed out. I think they tried to tone it down a little bit. It's only 1 week after the release, so, like, you know. It's only so much you can change in 7 days. I think they took a little bit of a break, too, after the release, because I think they were in crunch time for, like, the 2 weeks leading up to the release, at least, I'm sure. They were probably working 7 days a week. I'm sure they took the weekend off and were working for a few days. Maybe not, I don't know, but I wouldn't blame them for taking a break after the first release. But they already have, this has been 1 week. I don't know if they promised a weekly cadence of updates, but, you know, this has only been 1 week and they already have a patch out, beta patch, and they're going to be updating it regularly. So we'll see. We'll see if they get another patch out next week and see what they change then. But I think next week I probably will be streaming something else. Keep things interesting. And now I can't reach my bus stop. If you could just cut the wheel a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Come on, buddy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Alright, fine. Alright. No tickets? Okay. Well, because of the traffic lights, we are on time now for departure there. From that last stop. I do like the evening kind of lighting here, though. This does kind of feel like it feels a little bit like evening, heading towards twilight. I guess dusk would be first. wants to leave the middle door? This is kind of weird. I just noticed this. Wait, is that like is that a street? It's like in the middle of nowhere. What's this? Huh. It's weird. It's really weird. Never noticed that. I'm gonna notice things, you know, with each trip I take. I mean, if I were doing this for a living, you know, you would know everything on this route like the back of your hand. Hang on, can you open the window? Oh yeah, you can. Hope they add sounds to that, like the windows in OMSI, where they like make squeaking sounds as they move on the tracks. Just the little details like that, the sounds and the physics. Those are very important that they update. Wow, look at this traffic. Like I said last time, sound, how about drivability, physics, sound, graphics, well, performance, graphics, I think are the 4 keys to a successful simulation. And you gotta balance them, because like the more realistic you make simulations, you're gonna be sacrificing a bit on performance, because you're asking the computer to do more, you know, so you gotta, it's a fine balance you gotta work. It's like an art, almost. But for sure, like the physics in this so far, I mean, they're fully familiar, I should say. Maybe not so much expected, but they're familiar, because this is very similar to how the coaches behave in Fernbus. The buses feel pretty light. The acceleration and the braking, you know, it's fine, but like the suspension behavior, transmission behavior, that's a big one. That's one I have a big problem with in these titles, Fernbus and this game. The simulation of the transmission, the gears shifting and holding the gears and everything, it's very artificial. It does not feel realistic at all. Whereas in OMSI, it's like straight up, you're driving a ZF gearbox, and like you could You can really feel it. I think they're actually Voith gearboxes, if I remember the classic buses, the original buses in OMSI. Like up until like the more recent bus, they're all like 3 speeds, old school automatic transmissions. That's all you need if, in a city bus. But like you just felt like you could get really immersed in it. It really felt like you were driving a bus in the 80s. Um, if they could, if they can do that in this title, and I know that, like I said earlier, they're working on the sound. If they can get those right, even better. If they can get it just better, even is what I meant to say. Like that that will make this an OMSI killer. I know people are like, you shouldn't always just compare to another title, but that really is the only alternative at this point. I mean, there's Bus Sim 18, Bus Sim 21 coming out, but I just looking at like the preview of those, and I've seen gameplays of Bus Sim 18. They're just not. They're not the level of simulation I'm looking for in a game like this. So I don't really even have interest in trying them, to be perfectly honest. But we'll see. We'll see if, like, Bus Sim 21, the gameplay videos I watch, if they convince me, I might try them out. They have more of an economy focus. Kind of like Tourist Bus Sim was starting to do. They're going to add an economy to this title, to the bus. But, like, I think, like, Bus Sim 18, Bus Sim 21, all that stuff, they were focused on, traffic is nuts here. They got a light change. Alright, I'm getting out of your way. They kind of focused mostly, I feel, on the economy. And I think they also had multiplayer in 18. Bus Sim 18. So, like, stuff like that. It's kind of where they put more of their focus on. How are we doing back there? Are people leaving the bus? It doesn't look like it. Alright. Won't chop anyone's arm off. I need over now. The sun is pretty blinding. It does seem a little overpowering, doesn't it? I should look into getting like an HDR monitor. Because I feel like when you know, this looks way out of proportion, but it gives me at least a sense of like the brightness of the sun, which is, you know, it's going to be pretty blinding. So like, you know, it looks, sometimes it looks kind of cheesy, but like, it kind of also at times makes sense to me, at least, to make it feel like I'm actually outside, which is really hard to replicate on a computer monitor, because you're talking about like at most in that peak, like 1,000 nits on a really high-end HDR monitor. And how much are we talking for sunlight? It's like millions, maybe not that much, but a lot more, right? Clearly. So it's hard to replicate. You gotta force it sometimes. All right, I guess I should let the police car go. He was pretty aggressive about that one. So yeah, they could tone down. I guess this is where I can mess with like the lens flare, right? Like if I turn that down, I wonder. This is actually a good example. Let me check this out real quick, because this is, I think these are new options. Lens flare. Right? Turn that down, maybe, or the bloom, maybe. Yeah, it helped maybe a little bit. Doesn't feel like it. Maybe it did a little bit. Maybe that helped tone it down a tad. There's some really weird. You can see like the reflections in front of us of the cars. There's some weird stuff going on. I can't tell again if it's the game. I'm starting to doubt it's a problem with the game now. I'm starting to think more that there's something going on with like my video card driver. that I updated a couple days ago. I'm trying to think of like all the things I changed. Wow. Look at that. Those people rolled right through that stop sign like it's New York. Starting to think that it's more of something I changed. So I'm trying to think of all the things that I changed in the past week, or that changed on me, because that happens. I got to go through one at a time and revert, and that's how you troubleshoot things. That's how I troubleshoot stuff at work. Eliminate variables. Anyway, enough of that. I probably said that 10 different ways tonight. It does feel like evening now. I do get a good sense of the time of day with the way the lighting works right now. So we gotta turn here. Don't go straight here. That wouldn't be good. Still heavy volume traffic going on. Yeah, so the graphics changes, I don't think they did anything. I'm going to hit revert and see. Okay, it did a little bit actually. I take that back. Let me go back. I want to put the bloom down again. It's a little much. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. I think that cut it back a little bit. I think it's the bloom that's kind of a little overpowering right now. Some just weird stuff going on. I think those reflection issues were also going on the first build, if I remember correctly. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Bendy bus coming through, look out. Yeah, see now these lights are really screwing us because now we're 4 minutes late. It is really hard to keep this timetable. I think I read online though too that this route in real life, which is funny, I think it actually just got discontinued. Because this is 2018. This game takes place in 2018 when they started developing it. But back then, I think the timing wasn't this aggressive. So they kind of have it, the timetable's a little too tight in the game. I'm sure they'll adjust it. In fact, I could adjust it too if I knew what it was supposed to be. Now, I'm sure they don't have the traffic lights timed like they would be in real life. So, like, at least I don't think they would have gone through and changed the timing of all of them. Maybe they did. Assuming they didn't, the traffic lights make all the difference on this route. And so, if you keep hitting red light after red light, you're just pretty much done. You're gonna fall behind. Unless this has to do more with the problem of... Go hop in this lane because we got a gridlock here. It's clear, buddy. Go, buddy. For our light changes. I don't know what they're doing. City drivers. Unless, like I was trying to say before I got rudely interrupted, this time that we're running behind on is actually part of the problem with the where there's like a 10-minute delay or a 10-minute wait time at the first 2 stops. Maybe maybe there is a bug there and it's not aligning with what I was looking at the very start of the stream in the timetable. Because, like, you wait. The first 3 stops, it makes you wait, like, they want you to wait almost 10 minutes. And really how it should work is when you go from the airport to Alexanderplatz, you should wait there, and there should be a layover, probably for like 20 minutes maybe or so. And then you get back into it on the return trip. Sorry, buddy. I got a bit of a wide load here. These lanes are very narrow, but this is how they are in real life. You don't get much wiggle room. You really don't. Not in the city. And this is one thing that they don't really simulate in Euro Truck, is how narrow the lanes are in Europe. I mean, they're a lot wider in American Truck Simulator than they really are in the US as well, but like the lanes in North America generally are, I think, wider than what they are in Europe. Some of the like really old villages you can end up going through, like we visited in France. Yeah, some of those streets, holy crap, they're narrow. They're old. They didn't need to be so wide for larger vehicles. This sunset's turning out to be rather pretty. We're entering the final stretch here on the airport. Whoa. I think there's just one more stop before we hit the airport. I do appreciate how the AI kind of wander on their path. They're not like driving on rails, which is like the direct opposite of what it's like in OMSI. It's more natural. Like, if you look closely, they're not exactly doing it right now. They're driving pretty straight, but sometimes they'll kind of vary their path a little bit. It just adds to the realism a little bit. Tap the curb there a little bit. Oops. Whoops. No tickets, alright. So we got a fair amount of people leaving now, as you can see. How they like to exit the bus there. The camera doesn't want to show us that. Alright. Oh, the camera's weirdly zoomed in. Hang on a minute. Is that because of this? Yeah, it's because of that. It was like magnifying the zoom settings I had for inside and out. I don't think that's supposed to be a thing. I guess I'll use F1 later. Oh, look at this traffic. What is happening? See, now this is more of the performance I was expecting right here. Like, this seems a little bit more like we were seeing last week. And of course I say things now starting to... It's definitely hitching more than it was. We're gonna have to look into that. But this feels smoother right now, right here. This feels like what I was looking at before. And I think the mirrors are not helping. think I'm gonna take the outside lane, especially with a bendy bus. Those trucks are so loud. Oh. Got caught running a red light. You should technically have the right away. God. I'm just gonna go. You're hesitating way too much, buddy. Look at that. Nice one, buddy. You can tell I'm getting into my mojo when I start backlashing the traffic as if I were driving in real life. The red lighting, the sun setting like this kind of lighting that's going on with the trees there, that's that feels relatively realistic. They did the lighting, at least the coloring right, I think. The brightness definitely needs tweaking. It looks like they're starting to give us the option of changing that. Alright, anyway, here's our ending point for this evening. Right, up. There we go. Boop. Jacob Gaming, hey, how's the game? Well, first things first, it's early access. So definitely be ready for glitches and bugs. But I'm a big fan. I don't know if you've played Fernbus at all. If you have, it's very similar to that kind of in feel, like the game engine and how the bus drives and stuff like that. Love the graphics. Having performance issues tonight, but I don't think it's the game, because the game was running better, I think, last week. So if you are okay with one line that's like 45 minutes with traffic one way and back, it's to the airport and to Alexanderplatz and back again. So like this is your route, and that's all you're getting for now. They're going to be adding 3 lines before the final release, and then of course, right now, you only have this bus, the 18-meter bendy, or the 12-meter or 11-meter solo Scania bus. But they're modeled really well. Overall, I mean, for the price, if you're looking forward to the additional content that they'll be putting out, like about a year from now, I would probably get it at the early access price, because it's going to go up. But if you're interested in getting it between now and when it fully releases, I think it's at its lowest price right now, at $25 US. So I mean, it was worth it. But of course, yeah, definitely take a look. It has decent reviews. It's at 85% right now, which is really good for like early access. Long story short, I recommend it. Yes, I do. Just be ready to have an early access game and the glitches it comes with, but they're not bad. It's definitely better in its first release compared to what Fern Bus was in its first release. That one was pretty bad, but you know it got better over the years. But yeah, look at that kneeling. Wow. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to leave it here for now. I'm about out of time, so but yeah, Jacob, if you want to check out this week's VOD and last week's as well, if you want to see what was going on last week, not too much has changed with the first week's beta patch. So last week was very similar. I think I had better performance last time too. Actually, right now, for some reason, the performance seems a lot better. I don't know what's been going on, but I've been struggling tonight. Uh, but yeah, I'm gonna have to roll now though. But we'll be back, of course, every Thursday. I typically, if I'm around, I'll do a simulation stream, and then play with the group on Saturdays, and we got other stuff going on. So thanks everyone for watching. Those of you who stopped by, appreciate it. Those of you who are watching later also appreciate it. And we'll see everyone in the next episode. Have a good night.